once again, or for the first time, you lovely ladies and you handsome gents and other people, if you identify as other, you are welcome here. I'm Bold Reviews Lady. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm having such a good time doing this channel and I really appreciate that you came to see me. Now, don't get mad. But this might be the first video you're seeing that mentions fall. Oh my goodness, I know, fall. It's almost upon us. It is getting towards the end of summer. There's no denying it. I can't even lie about it. And the reason I'm wearing this is to, for one, trot out all the clothes in my closet that I never get a chance to wear, but also to remind you that if you have some outdoor outfits that are really most appropriate in the summertime, now's the time to pull those out and put them on and run around. Go run around somewhere with those outfits on. And I also have today on me this hard candy body luminizer on my shoulders and on my chest here. I don't know if you can tell. I mixed it with lotion, but you know, that kind of stuff. You don't really think about using it until you're out and you're like, oh yeah, I should have used that stuff I have that I never use. This is that kind of stuff. Those skin illuminizers, you know, skin stuff that puts a little glow in your little glow. So I am sorry to probably be the first one to remind you that fall is upon us, almost, pretty quick. But it's gonna come whether or not I tell you. So I have chosen from my collection just a bunch of fragrances that I think are, you know, appropriate for the end of summer and the beginning of fall. Now, all my fragrances I'll wear any time of year if I feel like it, and especially when I lived in Southern California, which is where I lived most of my life before I moved to Canada, Eastern Canada. What a difference. You could wear, you know, anything you want at any time of year. You could wear white any time of year. You know, you don't follow that rule, those rules about seasons that apply to a lot of other places. So yeah, now that I'm in Canada, I've been here for a long, long time. I've gotten used to the weather here, and I've learned to take advantage of the nice weather because we will be having snow before we know, and I love that too. So anyways, without any further delayings, I'm just gonna get right into it. Oh yeah, but the criteria really that I used for these was I thought, well, I chose a lot of my, stronger florals, or some of, or when they're florals, or headier base notes. So like, you know, the top notes will be like a floral, but then after a while it'll dry down into something that's a lot more musky or a lot more vanilla or something like that. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start off with this little cutie pie. Betsey Johnson. Do you know Betsey Johnson? This is a really nice little fragrance. It's got, you know, I didn't really care for this kind of fragrance until I started this channel, really. I would always reach mostly for florals of some sort, but this has a lot of what smells to me, I don't remember what's in it, but it smells to me like vanilla, maybe a little bit of coconut, but mostly vanilla. It's a really warm, vanilla, musky type of fragrance to me, but it's also floral. It's very feminine. It's just really feminine, and it's one of those stronger florals that is also very warm because of the whatever the vanilla is or whatever's in there. And it's really cute too. Look at that cute little cap. I mean, although a lot of people think that this is maybe kind of cheap looking, but I don't know. I think it's really cute. I think it's unique, and that they went to the trouble to do something unique like that. I kind of like it. So, Betsey Johnson, original. Okay, this is one of my very favorite fragrances of all time because I used to work for this company and in promotions in Orange County and Los Angeles in the mid 90s. It was mid 90s, yeah. And it is Oscar de la Renta original. I just have such great memories of this. And this bottle, I got this bottle a couple of years ago, and I was really delighted to find that this still smells the way it did, the way I remember it did when I worked behind the counter. And not just when I worked behind the counter, I mean when I was only promoting mostly Oscar, when I went around to different stores, and we mostly promoted the Eau de Toilette. We didn't sell that much pure perfume oil at that time. I mean, there would be the customer that would like the perfume oil, but it wasn't the first thing that, you know, flew out of the store. So I didn't know that. Well, I owned the perfume, yes I did, but I personally like the concentrations of eau de toilettes and even eau de colognes because I like things to be fresher and lighter. Perfumes tend to be heady and stronger, you know, like oils. They just seem to like fall, where these seem to rise, you know, in just in the feeling. So Oscar de la Renta original, and I chose this one because for those of us who really love to wear florals all year, this is really one of those great ones for that. It's a warm, friendly, mature floral. I would say, I mean, you know, a younger girl. I wore it as a younger girl, but it's probably the kind of thing that maybe a more mature person would gravitate to. But I love it. I'll never get tired of it. Oscar de la Renta. Here's another fun little guy. English Laundry original. English Laundry signature. This is like the first thing you get out of it is sweet. Ooh, I smell pineapple in there now. I don't know if there's pineapple in it, but it's like a sweet, warm. It's got some sexy undertones, and it is a floral, and it's a bit sweet, like there's fruit in it, but it's just one of those nice florals that it's a little bit on the stronger side, you know. It's not, I mean, this is definitely a youthful fragrance. It's definitely the kind of thing that a young person would reach for, but I ain't young. I ain't young. I ain't young. I ain't young. I ain't young, but and I'm wearing it. And put on some Bossa too, you know. I mean, it's the end of summer. Put on that Bossa. Drink that pina colada. Or whatever you like. So yeah, English Laundry. And I love the bottle too. Look at that, isn't it pretty? Such a pretty bottle. All these little, with the cute little, love it. Okay, here's a fun body spray that I like. I only own one of these. I'd like to own like a lot more, but it is Calgon Morning Glory. This is such a beautiful, I really like this. I mean, it's light and pretty and feminine and fresh, very, very beachy, tropically type of thing. It actually reminds me a lot of Lheure Bleue from Guerlain, but of course lighter, nice light version of it. It's one of those body sprays too that actually does last a little while on the skin and on the clothes too, whereas some body sprays just kind of dissipate. Like you spray a bunch of sprays on and you're out the door, you're like, where's my perfume? Where's my fragrance? It left. Your fragrance has left the building. And so this is a good one if you like body sprays. Calgon Morning Glory Fragrance Mist. Here's one I just recently acquired. It is FCUK Her. You might not recognize because I took the plastic, well the plastic actually, if you watched my FCUK Her video, I unboxed it and tried it for the first time, and the plastic casing just like fell off right like before our eyes. And that was okay because I discovered that that was just too cumbersome to try to push that thing. This is much better. So this is I know this fragrance has been around for a while, but I had never tried it ever until that day that I tried it on live. And it's a really nice fragrance. A lot of people say that they wore this in high school, and of course this came out long after I left high school. But this is a really nice, fresh, all ages fragrance with mostly floral, I think mostly floral top notes, but it dries down, or floral and citrusy really. I could be wrong, I don't remember. This is just what I get from it. But it's nice and fresh, but then in the dry down, it's like different. It's definitely got those warmer, like musky, vanilla-y type of fragrances. It starts out fresh and friendly. It ends up sexy and sultry. That is the way I feel about this. So FCUK Her. Here's one I have just a sample of, but it is a really nice fragrance. It is Xerjoff Decas. Hard to get a lot of spray out of a sample, isn't it? Come on, you! It's also weird. My hands are weird. Isn't that weird? Ah! I can't even like do this stuff anymore. Anyways, come on, you. Ah, there we go. This is a shared fragrance. It's for women and men, but I really think it leans much more feminine. It reminds me a lot of original Oscar de la Renta, but it's warmer. It has headier base notes in it, and it's the kind of fragrance with not a lot of projection. It stays close to your skin. It's the kind of thing, if you like to wear fragrances, but you don't really want to have everyone smell you, you just want the people close to you to smell you, this is a really good choice. Xerjoff Decas. Yeah, it's much more feminine. Double time. Do the robot. Oh, I'll try anything. Just see if you go for it. Xerjoff Decas, a really nice, warm, floral, feminine. Yeah, it's shared, but no, it's really feminine. You know, this also kind of smells to me like classic Bijan, the first one with the little round, the bottle with the hole. If you remember that, that was a really nice fragrance too. See, I'm not the person who really knows what's up at Sephora now. I mean, I kind of do, I'm learning, but to be honest with you, when I started my channel, I was all about classics. I still am really just all about classics. But I'm learning, especially from a lot of you little perfume princesses, little sweetie pies out there, showing me all this great stuff that I've never heard of, knew nothing about. And I'm learning, and I'm getting to try it, like this Xerjoff Decas. Why didn't you tell me that the screen was stuck? I don't know what's wrong. I rewound it because I don't like to be the only thing that you're here looking at. I like for you to, in case what I'm saying is boring to you, I'm hoping that my shenanigans from some other video. And yeah, I'm waving, and you know I flipping.
Yes, the weekend, and you know we done traffic. Then we hit the clubs on some point to pop ting. High up the gorilla, or the haze.
Oops.
I'm wild, son.
Okay, a few things transpired. I dropped some things and some things happened. I didn't break a bottle, thankfully, but a bottle fell. You know how that is. Okay, Hair is one of my favorite classics that was the star of the show in the world back when I was working behind the counter. It is classic Giorgio. But this is my new bottle from I got a few months back, just a few months ago. This fragrance. I don't remember this being the case, but I heard that this fragrance was banned from restaurants when it was popular because it was so strong. It is really strong. But I mean, compared to today's fragrances and what people do with fragrance today, it's not particularly strong, but it is still quite a beast. And this smells just like it used to me. But I personally think that for the most part, and I bought a lot of new bottles of those old fragrances I remember. That's another one of the reasons I'm here. I want to collect up all the old stuff that I remember. I couldn't really afford to buy it when I was 19, 20 through 29, 28. I think 28 or 29 when I had my last cosmetic and fragrance job. Not that I'm rich now, but I can just I can still collect these now. I can collect these and enjoy them and just have them, they're part of my personal history, but they're also part of the world's history. So I love getting to wear history, That smells like it might be stinky, doesn't it? What's that smell? It's history! Oh, what's in that? I definitely smell some, is there some civet in there? Okay, so Giorgio, Beverly Hills, and what else did I want to say about Giorgio? Oh, I forgot. I had another little nugget and I forgot. Oh well, Giorgio, Beverly Hills. Okay, this is a brand new 2024 from Bath & Body Works. It is a body spray called Dressed in White. Oh, and the reason I mentioned Giorgio is because it's such a nice, strong floral. It's one of those things that's gonna make an impression for you, for you, but also it's gonna be one of those that's powerful enough to really still stay with you in the fall months, in the fall and winter months, actually any time of year. But oh yeah, and I wanted to say about that is that when I was working behind the counter, nobody, not one person ever was concerned about a fragrance projecting enough. By far, people were always worried about wearing too much fragrance. And they would want to know ways that they could wear fragrance without it being too much for them and too much for others. So the technique that I used to tell people would be to spray it in the air and then walk in it. Spray it in the air and walk through it. And that would be one of the best ways that I used to tell people to do that. But it's not like fragrance people today. Everybody wants their fragrance to be like beast mode and, and that's fine too. I enjoy that as well. But it's not the way it used to be. People have changed their views with regard to fragrance. So Dressed in White, I really like this. Yeah, body sprays going into fall, they're maybe a little on the light side, but still, I like body sprays all year round because sometimes I just don't feel like having fragrance. It's sometimes too much for me. So this is a really nice one. It's a dry floral. It's not a sweet floral. It's not a gourmand at all. Yeah, I really like it. It's just really pretty and it reminds me of a wedding, really, kind of thing that a bride would be wearing. So Dressed in White from Bath & Body Works from 2024. This is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. and it's been around forever and ever. I don't remember exactly when it came out. I think maybe the 1930s or 40s. It is. I just realized my phone is crooked. Oh well, I'll go with it now. Lheure Bleue from Guerlain. This is the epitome of a beautiful woman fragrance. Yes, it is mature. It smells mature. It smells sophisticated. It is not sweet at all. It is this is a grown woman's fragrance. Wear it if you're young. Do it. I was wearing Shalimar. I used to work for Guerlain doing the same thing I did for Oscar de la Renta, and I wore Guerlain all the time because it was that and Samsera were our two big fragrances that they were pushing at the time at the stores I worked at, because I went from store to store promoting. And this one is just, it's like no other. It stands the test of time. It's still around. This is a new bottle. I bought a few years ago, and it still smells. It smells just like it used to. Love it. Guerlain Lheure Bleue. Okay, this is a funny little. I'm sorry, you're not funny. You're great. Love's Eau So Fabulous. This little guy. It's very affordable. I discovered this at a little store right after Christmas. I think maybe they were selling them out because it was after Christmas. They have a line of these. Love's Oh So Fabulous. Oh So, sorry. Wait a minute. Yeah. Love's Oh So Fabulous. Oh So Pretty. So this is a little bit of a warmer. I have the Oh So Pretty, and this is the Oh So Fabulous. And this one, it's just a nice warm floral, along the lines of the original Juicy Couture, which is not one of my favorites. But this is a really nice little item. It's very sturdy in this really pretty little bottle to take with you in your purse. It's just a great little purse spray. Inexpensive little purse spray. Good for any age, these are. And I did some research into these because when I saw the bottle, I was like, hey, that looks like Love's Baby Soft. It's like, is the Love's company still making fragrances? But then on the box it said Dana, which was another completely other company. So I did some research to find out that Dana acquired the licensing rights to produce fragrances under the Love's name. So hence that familiar looking bottle. But these are kind of neat, and they're not really very well known. And maybe some people don't like inexpensive fragrances, but I really don't discriminate. I love something that is very, very affordable, and I love something that's very, very expensive. But the very, very expensive ones, I can't really justify purchasing a lot of. That's just not my life. It's not my lifestyle. It's not my truth. And I'm not going to go into debt for this stuff. A moment of silence for my last comment. But yeah, Love's Oh So Fabulous. Still got a few more, believe it or not. Okay, here's one that I have to confess I made a mistake about. This is Couture by Juicy Couture. I thought it was the original Juicy Couture, and I am wrong because I'm not crazy about original Juicy Couture. But this one I really like. This stands out to me. This is a really sexy, it smells to me like a lot of vanilla, like musks, but some really juicy fruit in the top of it. Is it gourmand? Yeah, I guess it could be gourmand. I guess there's some gourmand to it. But this is a strong, but it doesn't project. It doesn't project much. Not a lot of sillage, but it's a warm and sexy fragrance that I feel I feel sexier when I wear this fragrance. Couture by Juicy Couture. And again, it's just it's one of those feminine florals, but also has some really nice, some other base notes that are, excuse me. For a long time I couldn't sneeze. Isn't that weird? This illness I've had for the last year and a half, or a little over a year and a half. I couldn't sneeze. It was weird. So, Couture from Juicy Couture, and I love that bottle. Isn't it pretty? I actually really like the Juicy Couture bottles. I think they try hard to make them unique and different. This is metal, it's not plastic, you know, this cap. I like that. You could wear that as a necklace, couldn't you? act like it's a hood ornament you took off of somebody's car. Yeah, man. Okay, this one's cute. It's not my favorite, but I bought it. I keep it in the box. I don't use it very often, but I still do like it. It's a really strong floral called Charlie Red. It's a pretty, loud, in your face, projecting. Does it last? I don't remember if it lasts. But if you're looking for an affordable fragrance that, you know what this reminds me of? Some of you might be like, ew, but this reminds me of if you've ever colored your hair with Revlon hair color. There's a packet of conditioner in there, and that smell, I used to think, well, they should make a perfume out of this. It smells so good. Well, I think they made one, and I think it's this one. So, Charlie Red, if you want just an affordable floral, loud floral balm, Charlie Red. And the box is pretty too. Okay, my last one. This is a new old favorite of mine. I recently acquired it, and I'm really excited to have it again. It's Lheure du Temps, original Lheure du Temps from Nina Ricci. Nina Ricci topping the fragrance charts these days with all the stuff they have. This is such a beautiful fragrance. I think that people associate this with maturity, but I do not think it is a mature smelling fragrance. I think this fragrance smells like you could wear it if you're a teenager. You know, you could wear it if you're a teenager, you could wear it if you're, you know, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, your 70s. You can wear this. This is an all ages fragrance, in my opinion. Although I think some people, because it is an old fragrance, I think it was launched in like, I don't know, in the 70s maybe, in the 70s or 60s or, no, before. This is from before that, because, yeah, it has something to do with peace. I forget. Sorry about that. I wish I could remember. Like, yeah, it's because blah, 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 blah. No, I can't remember. I gotta look it up. But Lheure du Temps, this is a beautiful dry floral, but I feel it has some green notes in it, even though I don't remember if it does, but it seems to me kind of like a green floral. Very fresh, very pretty, very sophisticated, not playful, sophisticated, feminine. Lheure du Temps. My lovely ladies and handsome gents, thank you so much for joining me once again. Please, if you like this video, you find it all interesting, please go ahead and give me a like. And if this kind of thing is up your alley, consider subscribing. I mean, why not? Right? Why not? And I'm Both Reviews Lady saying, peace.